Red Bull's house of cards is crumbling right before our eyes. What you know is that the team has lost both their chief technical officer and their sporting director. But latest reports have emerged that this is not going to be the end of the exodus, as more key figures are expected to be poached by both Newey and Wheatley. Red Bull has lost 0.09 seconds per lap since Newey's departure. This is despite the 31 updates they have brought this season. Only Aston Martin has brought in more updates. More so, their superior pit stop time is expected to suffer with the loss of their pit stop guru, Jonathan Wheatley, to Audi. Our story for the day is that Red Bull's technical team is becoming incompetent in the absence of Newey, and blame is being thrown around. Newey himself admitted last year that he usually only gives the team an overall direction, but that it was Wache who has been leading the engineers to execute his ideas. This forms part of why Horner felt he didn't need Newey, because Wache was the one in the garage while Newey was doing other side projects. Their upward trajectory would continue without the design genius, or so we thought. It turns out that the worth of a man is sometimes never truly appreciated when he is there until he leaves. Pierre Wache was promoted to lead the vacant seat left by Newey. Wache, who has been heavily courted by Ferrari, has refused to leave for Maranello. Instead, he has been using Vasseur's interest to negotiate a higher pay with Christian Horner. Under his full leadership, the team has completely stalled, unable to pull away from the competition. The team's technical deficiencies have been covered by Verstappen's brilliance. Wache has now explained how Verstappen's skills is a curse, as it has led to the troubles they currently find themselves. The Frenchman started out by highlighting the importance of not listening to both drivers during the car development. His reason was that since both drivers usually want different things, making a car that would accommodate their individual wishes would lead to a slower car overall. We don't build a car based on the wishes of a single driver, but we always try to create the fastest possible. He contended that one driver might just want a more comfy seat while the other might be more concerned with the temperature in the monocoque. If they have to accommodate both requests, they will end up with a car both drivers are happy to drive but overall less competitive. This statement gave the first solid clue that Red Bull is developing the car based on only Verstappen's suggestions. And here lies the problem. Since Red Bull has been listening more to Verstappen and less to Perez, what this creates is an unintended consequence that has resulted a dip in their form. Many of the car's deficits are hidden by Max, it's true. This can sometimes lead to a problem being identified too late. This means that there are issues Verstappen should have complained about long ago, but he simply shut his mouth because he believes he can drive around the problem. To his credit, Max has done a great job of hiding the weaknesses until recently. The result is that the team is not aware of problems because either Max didn't bother to complain about it or he didn't stress the importance of the problem. This gave the team a false sense of safety that everything was working out just well. Turns out that Verstappen's brilliance is now a source of problem. But right after Wache put some of the blame on Verstappen, he quickly doused tensions by comparing the Dutchman to Michael Jordan and Roger Federer. The fallout from Horner's sex scandal has created internal rumblings, but their troubles have also been external. The FIA has brought some major rule changes in an effort to curb what it deemed a Red Bull unfair advantage. It is customary for the governing body to slow down a team it considers too fast for the chasing pack. They didn't necessarily bring in a brand new regulation to tackle Red Bull. They merely introduced a new clause to Technical Regulation 11.1.2. With the new change, they forbid the use of what is called asymmetric braking. Asymmetric braking occurs when the braking pressure applied to each wheel is varied. For instance, when a car is braking into a left corner, the majority of the load is applied to the right tyres. But if you can vary the braking load in such a way that a greater braking force is applied to the rear left tyre, the result is like balancing a weight on a scale. What it means is that the car will have better balance going into the corner, which would make cornering much easier and drastically improve tyre life. This system has been fingered for being behind Verstappen's ability to brake so late into a corner because there are no consequences in terms of oversteer, understeer, or tyre wear. As expected, Red Bull has denied the existence of such system. But Wache has also blamed other factors. Another issue he pointed out was the team has been having fewer aero runs due to them winning the last 3 championships. As a rule, the winning team only gets 70% of the baseline aero testing. While this, in itself, is a valid reason, the counter-argument is that Red Bull has been getting the least wind tunnel times for the past 3 years and never affected them. When it was going their way, they boasted they thrashed the competition despite having the least aero testing, but now that things are tougher, they are blaming their slump on the fewer aero testing. This is our bit on this one. Leave us your thoughts in the comments. This is Front Lockout, signing off.